As you see here, we have this beautiful Lafayette, the LR 1100, and the Sansui 2000X. And in the back, on the sides, left and right, we have the Marantz and the Sansui. So today I want to talk about, collecting this old vintage, and I want to talk about why do I collect this. The reasons of this vintage old stereo receivers, how they build, and the sounds and the looks. As you can see, you might think that it's back in the 70s, and it's true. And the point of collecting this, guys, it's because of the performance, okay? The performance of this beautiful old vintage stereos. And I'm gonna show you this one right here, the Lafayette, the LR 1100. We're gonna turn this on, okay? And you guys will see how it's a beautiful piece. The meter, the blue, orange lighting, it's amazing. And the sound quality of this stereos, guys, is unbelievable. I've been collecting for a while, and the sound quality that I listen to most of this different brands of receivers, and some of them are really good, and some of them are average, and some of them are not. And this is one of these collections I have from Lafayette, and I really do love this Lafayette LR 1100. It's because it's not only that it's simple, the sound quality and the looks, it's very elegant, as you can see. And the other stereos that I have here, especially this Sansui 2000X amplifier, it's a beautiful, beautiful piece that is not easy to find nowadays. And the sound quality of this is amazing. And when I use my Sansui turntable with this Sansui 2000X, it sounds amazing. Not only because the looks of this vintage stereos are awesome, the sound quality, the performance, the stability, the long life until today, 2024, up to 2030, 2050, these stereos will live for a long, long time. This is the reasons why I love vintage stereos. And most of it all, guys, I always buy Japan, made in Japan. You guys notice that from my videos, and you guys notice that about me when I buy my stereos. That's the only stereos that I will buy that it's made in Japan. Nothing against with other countries, but Japan made, guys, it lasts for a very long time. It's amazing how these stereos from Japan, so you can see how they build the knobs, the beauty of the knobs, so you can see, and the lighting. And these stereos I have here, guys, they are all made in Japan. Japan. Guys, I am fanatic with Japan, and that's how I buy it. That's what I like. And, when you have a blood of Japanese, then you have to stick with your own stereos that made in Japan. Beautiful piece, And these stereos, guys, could give you a beautiful sounds in your place, and you will never regret, because all of the stereos that I have and I listen, and they are good stereos. They are good receivers and amplifiers. So this old piece, as you can see here, even the wood, so you can see, guys, the wood is really old. I mean, this is not that old, but you can tell that it's vintage and it's from back in the 70s. And, you know, compared to the modern ones that you can see nowadays. But I love the vintage stereos, and that's when I, grew up. I grew up with it, and that's how I love to have this vintage stereos. So the good brands, guys, are Marantz Sansui's, Lafayette, what else? Aquaphase, Harman Kardon, Pioneer, Kai. There's many more. So Sony, it's good. It's a good brand, especially when it comes to speakers. Back in the day, Sony, it's not really like, not really like really popular like Marantz when it comes to vintage stereos like that one. But Sony has a good quality sounds, even JVC, Technics, there's many more. But as a fanatic, guys, like me as a collector, I always love to have a Sansui. And you can tell how many Sansuis I have in Marantz. And I do have maybe 4 or 5 Sansuis and maybe 6 Marantz, like 2 modern ones, and the rest are vintage. And they are somewhere back there. So you can see how I stack. And even here, guys, I have Pioneer here. So you can see, and more in there. And so you can see more collections I have. But today's video, it's about this beautiful Lafayette, the LR 1100, and the rest of this vintage stereos. And if you guys, newcomers, that they want to get to vintage stereos, these are good brands, guys, and it's not like really expensive. Okay, these are not like Marantz. The price of the Marantz and the Sansui, this Sansui, nowadays, guys, in eBay, I saw it because the inflation, the price of this is $350 now to $400, even $500. Can you believe that, guys? This is the 50/50, but the 60, 60, 70, 70, 80, 80, 90, 90, those are very expensive. They're like $1,000 or more. So these are not, that expensive. But even this Lafayette nowadays, guys, because of the economy and inflation, everybody, raising up their price. And you can see this probably 300 now, depends on the condition. But this one here, I can sell this for $300 easy, in eBay. Yeah. And even here, this one here, I can sell this for $350 to $400, So I pay $80 for this. Yeah, it's a good deal. And these are more than $300 in eBay. And when I bought this, it doesn't come with the knobs. They are all gone, and I had to find a way how to find knobs for this Sansui 2000. So that's how I get this for $80. And this one I pay more than $100. So, but now the price of this, it's about $350. Yeah. Depends on the condition. If it's mint like this, you can sell this for, I would say, $275 to $300 to $350. Yeah. So the Marantz, yeah, that one there, it's about what, $800 now. It could be more, depends the condition. And Marantz is always known as expensive vintage stereos. So, but yeah, guys, like I said, you know, it's just the way how you set up your stereo system. If you have nice speakers like this SP 1500, you can have a good quality sounds. And use a big amount of, or a big size of audio cable. Make sure that it's big enough, not those really skinny tiny ones, because they're not good. And have this beautiful stereo from Lafayette 1100 or Sansui, and you can have a good stereo setup. So that is the point of, guys, of why I collect this old vintage stereos. It's because of the looks, the sounds. So that's where I go for the stereos from back in the 70s, the looks and the sounds, and made in Japan. And all these are very good stereos, because I listen to this from time to time, and I enjoy listening to my stereos. Yeah. Even here, guys, I have this Lafayette. Oh, no, this one is Luxman. Yeah, that is a Luxman. That is a good receiver. Yeah. And, I like that one. And even here, I still have Marantz right there. Yeah. And this one here, it's my Rotel turntable. And my, tube amp, painted it black. Yeah. So these are the stereos, that you can have a good quality sound, so that it's not easy to find nowadays out there. And it will cost you. You might think that they are not that expensive, or they're not expensive, but when you buy piece and piece and piece, and when they accumulate, that's the price, that you have to pay. That's the amount that you don't know, it's building up, because you keep buying from one, two, and more, from, I mean, let's say each month or each year, and they will accumulate. So as a collector, guys, that's how it happens, and that's how it will cost you. So the money accumulates, and that's how you spend money. So but I do slow down now, because I don't want to keep buying. And some of my stereos, guys, I let it go. I sell it, and get my money back. So these are beautiful vintage stereos from the 70s. But for some of you guys, especially today's generation, some of music lovers out there, they might not like this vintage stereos, so that's their choice. They like the Bluetooth speaker, small speakers. They like Bose, so. But this is where I grew up, and this is, I was in this vintage industry, and this is what I see back in the day when I was born, and this is what I like, and this is what I collect. But definitely, guys, vintage stereos, it's good sounds, good performance. Not today, how they build the stereos. Couple years it'll breaks, it'll die, and then you'll have to buy a new one. So definitely, guys, this is a good build, and it lasts for a long time. Yeah, that's what I like about vintage stereos. So there it is, guys. Today it's about collecting the old vintage stereos, and what is the point, or what is the purpose why I collect vintage stereos. So now you guys know why. And you know, another video here that you might learn something about me, why I love vintage stereos. So there it is, guys. Thanks for watching. Yeah, and if you did not click the subscribers, appreciate that. Please do, and I will see you again next time. For now, I say bye bye.